Welcome to another edition of Straight Shooting Sports Talk, and I'm your host, Dujane Bland. And today we're looking at one of our big matchups, Houston Texans versus the San Francisco 49ers. Now in Houston, they're having a bonfire party, and Matt Schaub's jersey is invited. Fan pays $200 for just to burn the guy's jersey. Don't think that's just a little bit psycho? Anyway, the guy had a pretty good day until they allowed them to come back 20 unanswered points for the Seattle Seahawks. One touchdown of which comes from Mr. Matt Schaub throwing a pick to Mouth Almighty Sherman, Mr. Sherman. Wow. And that sent Houston fans over the edge. Now you look at the 49ers, they capitalized on a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde team. Can't find themselves in the running game. Sam Bradford not doing so well in the passing game. Kaepernick gets back on track, winning big over the Rams. Now this is going to be a very interesting matchup, and I expect the Houston Texans to come in here and really dominate on defense. We saw J.J. Watt pretty upset on the sidelines. He was upset in his press conference. I mean, they had that game in their hands. But the question is, can Schaub recover from that disappointing loss last week? I say yes. I still think the 49ers are still struggling. I think Kaepernick is kind of in a sophomore slump. They were able to capitalize on a team that they were clearly better than. But I think when it comes down to it, as long as Schaub can not turn the ball over, they can run the ball consistently like they like, this defense is going to tee off and do whatever it takes to slow down that read option, slow down that running game, make them one-dimensional, and make Kaepernick beat them from the pocket. I don't see it. In this game, I'm taking the Houston Texans all the way in this one. They're going to rebound and get back on track, and everything in Houston will be right once again. Now we're going to take a look at some other matchups around the league. And first, we're going to start with the 3-1 Detroit Lions and the 1-2 Packers. Packers coming off a early bye week. Not looking so well over there in Green Bay, kind of up and down. They have 2 losses. Everybody thought that they'd be running out of the gates and being ahead of this division. Not so much, just kind of flip-flopped on them. And Detroit Lions took advantage of a very good Chicago Bears football team, getting back on track, showing that they want to be able to have an opportunity to win this division and get to the playoffs. It's going to be a great matchup, though. 2 high-powered offenses. Both of them have weapons. We know what Aaron Rodgers can do. It's going to be a great game, but I am taking the Packers. I expect them to rebound here and get a win, get up to 2-2 and start getting the ball rolling. Next matchup, we're going to be talking about the Panthers and Cardinals. To me, the Cardinals have been getting away with murder. Last week against Tampa Bay, they should have lost that game. It was very inept on offense. Carson Palmer hasn't really lit it up like I thought he would. It seems at times he's trying to force it to Fitzgerald, and they've been getting by. Panthers, very hungry team. I expect Superman to show up in this game and really make plays. You're going to see a lot of that this weekend. I'm taking the Carolina Panthers over the Cardinals. Next matchup, Broncos and Cowboys. If I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm preparing to turn the TV off when it's like 21. And hopefully it's not 21-0. I'm not saying that the Cowboys don't have a good defense. They played pretty solid over the last couple of games, but if you look at last week's game that they lost to the San Diego Chargers, they gave up over 400 yards. You're not stopping anybody. And if you can't stop Phillip Rivers, you sure as heck ain't going to stop Peyton Manning. Ask the other guys that he's played if they were able to stop him. They got slaughtered. Eagles, murdered. The only thing I can tell you to do is not let this thing get to 52 points. I'm not even explaining why I'm taking the Broncos. We all know why I'm taking the Broncos. Broncos win this one, and it's going to be kind of big. Next matchup, we look at the Chargers and Raiders. Terrell Pryor should be coming back. He was held out last week. Said he was having some sensitivity to light, wanted a shield, and they held him out another week against the Washington Redskins. No McFadden, though. Got a little hammy problem. May not be able to play. I'm taking the Chargers in this one. They were able to beat a pretty solid Cowboys football team. They have really shown some surprising things. I expect them to win this football game. We know Oakland is up and down. They have a great defense. They're making pushes, but they don't have enough on offense to beat this Chargers football team. Last but not least, we're taking the Jets and the Falcons. I'm taking the Falcons. Jets losing offensive players like, I don't know. It's like water. People are just flying, dropping like flies. They have no offensive weapons. Geno Smith throwing a lot of interceptions. You can guarantee at least 2 a game. And against this Falcons football team who wants to be better than what they are, really thinks and knows they're better than what they are, and pretty angry they lost last week, Jets are going to be a bunch of whooping boys. Falcons win big in this one. And that's all for our Around the League NFL highlights. Now we take a look at our other big matchup, Seahawks and Colts. Seahawks have looked very dominant on defense throughout the season. Quite scary, in fact. They're just tenacious. They get after you. They swarm to the ball. Wherever the ball is, there will be Seahawk jerseys everywhere. On the Colts side of the ball, they've played an all-around very good team effort. They get Trent Richardson in a trade that helps out Andrew Luck in the running game, gives Ahmad Bradshaw a little bit of a breather, trying to preserve him throughout the season. And on the defensive side of the ball, they actually have been playing pretty well, getting guys off the field, helping Andrew Luck get more opportunities to be able to win ball games. But this is going to be a tough task for them. That Seattle Seahawks defense is absolutely incredible. They fly around, they get to the ball, and they force you to make mistakes. We know Andrew Luck throws the occasional interception. He's pretty good in securing the ball, but this team in Seattle is just absolutely phenomenal on defense. Now, they haven't been superb on offense. Russell Wilson hasn't had that same season that he had last year, but they get the job done. How? Through the running game. Marshawn Lynch has been a bulldozer. He's been a bulldozer. It's carried over from last year into this year. And as you can see, they lean on him. They do a lot of things off of what that running game has allowed them to do. They're play action pass. You saw it in the second half of that Houston game where they were able to make plays because Russell Wilson was able to extend plays with his legs, make plays with his legs, get touchdowns. That's what this team likes to do. And they can slow you down because they have the defense to do it. They will get you off the field. They will make you go 3 and out. And I see the 49ers taking a regress here, and Seattle will get another win. Yes, another win in the win column, proving that they're nothing to be messed with. It's going to be a great game, though. Really could go either way, but we know what Seattle brings to the table. And right now, to me, they're right up there with the Denver Broncos. It's going to be a great game. Well, we thank you for watching our show. If there's something you'd like to talk about in regards to this show, please post it on the bottom of our show and we'll keep the dialogue going with you. If there's anything you'd like to hear us talk about, like to hear our take on, our opinion on, shoot us an email to straightshootingst@gmail.com. As always, subscribe to the show. Again, you've been watching Straight Shooting Sports Talk.